Carmen, I think we need to do as well. Mute your device, because we're getting feedback. Okay. There we go. Yep, no more feedback. All right. For those of you that are on the Zoom meeting, please leave your devices on mute. I will tell you when I call your case to unmute your device. If you have not watched the Advisement of Rights video, you need to do it before I call your case. You can stay in the meeting. Just go to Commerce City Court's website, and you'll see a link there to watch the video Advisement of Rights. Make sure you get that done before I call your case. And Ms. Zakin, when I call your case, I don't want to be seeing you driving. I want you to be parked and stopped. Do you understand that? Just nod, please. Thank you. All right. For the people that are in the courtroom, when I call your name, I'm going to direct you to come forward to one of the stations that's marked there. While you're at that station, please do not touch the microphones and just speak in a loud, clear voice. One of my responsibilities is to make sure that what you say gets properly recorded. After you're done, I will direct you to see my clerks in the lobby. Their windows are located to the left once you've exited through the double doors at the rear of the courtroom. When you leave the courtroom, you do need to go out through those double doors, but don't go through the metal detector. Make the left before you get to the metal detector, and that'll get you to my clerks. We're going to start with Eric Lujan. If you would come to station 1, please. And Carmen, would you tap the microphone at station 1 so that I'm sure that it's working? Oh, you did? Okay, good. Sometimes the light's on and it's not always working. Good afternoon, Mr. Lujan. I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, a 2-point violation, on December 28th of 2020 at about 10:44 in the evening in the area of Prairie Parkway and Victory Way, it's right here by the stadium, that the city attorney will dismiss the original charge against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today? Yes, sir. All right. Did you watch the Advisement of Rights video? Yes. All right. I'm going to go over some of those rights with you. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this case? You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of the original charge unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by pleading guilty to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to have a trial. Do you understand that? You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the original charge against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf. And if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of the trial to testify or to remain silent. And if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of the original charge, you would have the right to appeal that conviction to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're giving up all of those trial and appeal-related rights? Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will? Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea? Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today? Then to the added reduced charge of driving a defective vehicle, a 2-point violation on December 28th of 2020, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty? If you're guilty plea, is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you? All right, your scheduled fine is $240. I'll note that there's nothing in aggravation on your driving record. I have to give you an aggravated fine because of the accident itself, so I'll lower your fine to $200 plus surcharges and court costs. When you go to the windows, my clerks are going to tell you the total. If you need them to, they'll work out a payment plan for you. Do you have any questions? All right, go ahead and go to the windows, see my clerk. go to the windows, see Michael. Okay, Michael Lobdell, if you would come to station 2, please. Mr. Asphalt, could you put your device on mute, please? Thank you. And it's Lobdell, correct? Correct. All right. Yeah, he misspelled it on the advisement form, but that's okay. It's correct on the ticket. All right. You were previously advised in this case. At this point, it looks like you wish to plead not guilty to committing the offense of harboring a vicious or dangerous animal on October 9th of 2020 here in Commerce City. Is that correct? That's correct. All right. I'll enter your not guilty plea. Give me just a moment. All right. The city has waived jail. That means that jail is no longer a possibility for you as a punishment in this case. So I can't afford you a jury trial. I can only schedule this for a trial to the court. If there are any witnesses that you wish to have present on the date of your trial that you believe will not appear in court voluntarily, let my clerks know. They'll issue subpoenas for you free of charge. They'll explain how those subpoenas need to be served on your witnesses in order to have them effectively ordered to appear on the date of your trial. If you wish to get copies, if you haven't already, of the notes or reports related to your case, let my clerk know that, and they'll provide those to you as well. So when you go to the windows, they'll give you the trial date, subpoenas if you ask for those, copies of the reports or notes if you ask for those. Do you have any questions? All right, go ahead and go to the windows, and my clerks will take care of you. Thank you. Anthony Fontanelli, if you would unmute your device, please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I have a document that alleges that on December 27th of 2020, it looks like at about 7:45 in the evening, from the area of 5990 Dahlia Street, the Walmart store located here in Commerce City, it's alleged that you committed the offenses of theft and trespass. Do you understand what it is you're accused of doing?
Yes, I do.
All right. The city attorney says that you wish to have the court appoint an attorney to represent you in this case. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
All right. In just a moment. And let me ask, are you currently serving or a veteran of the United States Armed Forces?
No, I'm not.
Okay. The city attorney also indicated that he went over the elements of each offense with you. In other words, explain what he would have to prove in order for you to be found guilty of these charges. Did he review those elements with you?
Yes, he did.
Okay, good. Give me just a second. All right. Okay, the address I have for you is on Coors Court in Morrison. Is that still a good mailing address for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, give me a second. All right, the phone number I have for you, man, this handwriting is terrible. Yeah, I can't read it. Okay, the first three digits, well, I have 303437. It's 44 something. Is that still a good phone number for you?
Yes, 4469.
Okay, great, thanks.
Yes.
That's the number we're going to give the attorney that I appoint.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, give me just a second. All right, I have a bunch of questions I have to ask you to qualify you for a court-appointed attorney. First, do you have any ownership interest in real estate?
No.
Okay, so this Platon Coors, is that a house?
Yes, it's a house.
Okay, do you own that house?
No.
Who owns it?
We're renting it.
Okay, that's all I needed. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's rented. All right. Are you single, married, separated, divorced?
I'm single.
Okay. Do you have any minor children that you're obligated to support?
Yes. Marley, she's my daughter. She's
How old
one.
is
She'll be one tomorrow.
she? Okay. Is that the only child?
I have a 11-year-old named Jax. Yeah, he's he's my son.
Okay, so two children under 18.
Yes.
Okay. Do either of them or both of them live with you?
Um, my daughter does, but my son's there half the time.
Okay. On your son, is there a court order for child support?
Yes, there is.
Okay. Are you current or behind?
Um, I I think I'm a little bit behind, but
Okay, that's fine. I just want to
yeah.
make sure that I have all your mandatory obligations. All right. Are you employed at all?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And what do you do? Who's your employer?
Well, so I actually got fired like 2 weeks ago, but I have another job that I'm supposed to be starting tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Um, but I don't have all the information right now, like at this very moment, that I would need to give you.
Okay. Well, from the job that you were fired from, what kind of work was it?
I'm a welder, so
Do you
welding.
know approximately how
I
much you earn each month?
I'd say uh 32, 3,600, anywhere between that.
Okay. And how many adults are in your household?
There's what, three, four,
Three adults? So
three, and then me. So yeah, four.
four adults? Okay. Is one of them a significant other for you?
Not momentarily, no.
Okay. So in terms of your household that you're responsible for, it's just you and your daughter?
Yes,
Okay. Plus the son that you pay child support for, correct?
yes.
All right. So that's a household obligation for three. I'm just going to check. At your new job, are you going to be earning approximately the same amount that you're earning now or were earning before?
I would say yes, probably about the same.
There it is. Yeah, you're not going to qualify for a court-appointed attorney.
No.
No, you earn too much. For a household of three, it's basically $2,500 a month gross income. And if you're at 3,200 even,
Yeah,
you're not
but
going to qualify.
but I mean, I haven't even started this other job, so wouldn't it technically, like, I'd be unemployed at this point?
Well,
Like,
right now, today, yes, but if you're going to have the employment before your next court date, what would be the point of me appointing an attorney today and then disappointing the attorney on your next court date? You see what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, I guess makes
So
sense.
are you currently receiving any type of unemployment compensation benefits?
No, not yet. I mean, well, I was, but I haven't been claiming it because I was working.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to appoint an attorney to represent you under these circumstances. When you come back for your next pretrial, I'll set it over for a pretrial. When you come back, if you have more current income information and it makes you more qualified, then, I'll reconsider this. So I won't make this decision final today, but I'll
Okay.
go ahead and set this case over. So when you leave the meeting, my clerks are going to get in contact with you about the new court date. It's going to be in about 30 days. If you ask them, they can provide copies of the police officer's notes or the reports. Then you can try to see if you can consult with a private attorney. A lot of private attorneys will give you free initial consultations. Show them what you've got, see if maybe they can give you some advice, or if you can afford them, go ahead and hire them to represent you. But if your new job doesn't pay as much as the last job you have, then you can reapply for a court-appointed counsel at your next appearance date. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right. So my clerks will get back in contact with you either today or sometime tomorrow to give you the pretrial conference date. And then, again, ask them for copies of the reports, and they'll provide those to you for free. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you in about a month. You can go ahead and leave the meeting.
All right. Cool. Thank you. Gerald Brown or Jarrell Brown, if you would unmute your device, please.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. Do you pronounce it Gerald or Jarrell?
Jarrell. Yes,
Good.
sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brown. All right. Okay.
Do you mind if I state a few things before you make your decision?
I don't have a decision to make. The city attorney has indicated they're offering you a 6-month deferred prosecution, where the conditions are you are to follow all of the domestic relations orders entered by another court. I don't even have the case number on that. And
Yeah.
you're to commit no new law violations.
Yes, sir.
You're to have no contact with Beverly Hill except to facilitate parenting time pursuant to that other orders. And you're to commit no new law violations. So that's really what it comes down to. Is
Yes,
this
sir.
how you want to resolve this case?
Yes, that is how we want to resolve this case. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, you need to understand, all I know about this case is the allegation is that on June 16th of 2020, at 11:03 in the morning, in the area of 6285 Kearney Street, that you committed the offense of trespass. I'm going to hold your case in suspense for 6 months from today's date. I'm going to enter the orders related to the deferred prosecution as orders in this case. So if you violate those orders, your deferred prosecution will be withdrawn, and then you would have to answer this trespass charge at a future court date. Do you understand that?
Your Honor, I'd like to ask just one question.
Sure.
In the sense of what Beverly Hill's position is, she will be the in between between me and her mother. Brooklyn is 1 year old, and so I want to make sure that we understand that Beverly will be the contact person to drop off Brooklyn to her mother, is because there is a there is a protection order that will not allow us to see each other. And so I want to make sure that the court understands that Beverly is going to be the person that is taking the time to pick up the baby and everything else like that. That's all I really want to understand.
Yeah, I've got that. Okay,
Okay.
you have the right today to plead not guilty to this trespass charge. If you did, by state law, we would have to hold your case within your trial within 91 days of today's date,
Yes, sir.
except under the Emergency Health orders with COVID, the 91 days can be reasonably extended in order to address the limitations created by the pandemic.
Yes,
By
sir.
accepting this deferred prosecution, we're going to be going beyond 91 days.
Yes, sir.
In order for me to hold your case in suspense for this long, you must be willing to waive your right to a speedy trial in this case. Are you willing to waive that right?
Yes, sir. I am willing to waive that right.
Okay, so now I've got to ask a series of questions. Has
Yes,
anyone
sir.
forced you or coerced you to get you to waive your right against your will?
No, sir. Nobody has,
Has,
no,
has
sir.
anyone made any promise to you other than the conditions of the deferred prosecution to get you to waive that right?
No, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, sir.
Okay. What's going to happen is my clerks are going to get in contact with you after you leave the meeting. It may be later today, it may be tomorrow, to
Yes, sir.
detail the conditions of the deferred prosecution and to give you the expiration date of the deferred prosecution.
Yes, sir.
Without the need for you to appear on that next date, if I don't receive any notice that you violated the deferred prosecution, I will automatically withdraw or dismiss this case, and then you can contact my clerks after the date on that notice that they give you to get a copy of the order of dismissal, and your case would be eligible to be sealed once the case is dismissed, and you can get information on that once the order for dismissal is entered. So,
Yes, sir.
do you have any questions?
No, sir. I do not have any questions.
All right, then you can go ahead and leave the meeting, and my clerks will be in contact with you, okay?
Thank you so much, sir. You have a great day.
You too. Carmen, I need to know if he paid the warrant fee before today, because I remember him saying he would pay it when he appeared the last time. Yeah. And if not, then he'll have to pay that. You can include that in the notice that you give him. Okay. I already forgot the lady's name. It happens, you know. I know the last name, but I didn't remember the first name. Okay, give me a second. No, it's not, it's just the 50. That's a deferred cost, not a deferred judgment. I'm writing it out so that you can read it. I'm just going to send you everything since it's all done now. Sammy Asfa, if you would unmute your device, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good afternoon. For some reason, I'm not able to hear you. You look like you're unmuted. Sammy, are you there?
Yes, can you
Okay,
hear
there
me?
you are.
Oh,
Right, and who's that with you?
that would be my mom,
And what's your mom's name?
Almaz Zode.
Almaz Zode.
Okay, I need you to speak just a little bit louder.
Almaz Zode.
Okay. All right, Sammy, I have a document that indicates that if you plead guilty to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with a defective headlight, a 1-point violation on December 17th of 2020 at about 7 o'clock in the evening in the area of the 7300 block of East 58th Avenue here in Commerce City, and attend a Live at 25 class, the city attorney will dismiss the original 4-point red light violation charge against you. Is this how you wish to resolve your case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And Ms. Zodi, do you understand the original charge filed against your son?
Yes.
Do you understand the reduced charge that the city attorney is offering your son in an effort to resolve this case?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree that your son is acting in his best interest by accepting this resolution and pleading guilty to this reduced charge?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Give me just a moment. And Sammy, did you watch the advisement of rights video?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to be going over some of those rights with you. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're waiving your right to be represented by an attorney in this case?
Yes, sir.
You're also waiving your right to be presumed innocent of the original charge unless and until the city attorney is able to establish your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at trial, because by pleading guilty to this reduced charge, you're renouncing your right to have a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up your rights to confront and cross-examine any witnesses that the city attorney would call in support of the original charge against you. You're giving up your right to present evidence on your own behalf, including calling witnesses on your own behalf, and if your witnesses would not appear in court voluntarily, to have the court issue subpoenas for you free of charge, which could then be used by you to have your witnesses ordered to appear on the date of your trial. You're giving up your rights during the course of a trial to testify or to remain silent, and if it was your choice to remain silent, the fact that you did so could not and would not be used against you to establish your guilt. If at the end of the trial you were found guilty of the original charge, you would have the right to appeal that conviction to a higher court. Do you understand that if I accept your guilty plea to this reduced charge, you're giving up all of those trial and appeal-related rights?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to get you to plead guilty to this reduced charge against your will?
No, sir.
Has anyone made any promise to you to get you to enter this guilty plea?
No, sir.
Are you currently under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medications that affect your ability to understand what you're doing in court today?
No, sir.
Then to the added reduced charge of driving a vehicle with a defective headlight, a 1-point violation on December 17th of 2020 here in Commerce City, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will accept your guilty plea. Is there anything you want me to take into consideration before I impose the sentence against you?
No, sir.
Okay, is there anything you want to tell me about your son that I should take into consideration?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Your scheduled fine, your driving record shows a ticket for March of last year. Is that entry correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, your scheduled fine's $120. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to impose the fine of $120, but I'm going to suspend 80 of it. That means that there's going to be a fine of $40 plus surcharges plus court costs. Plus, I'm going to order that you do the Alive at 25 class, okay? It's a one-day class. When you leave the meeting, my clerks will get into contact with you either today or sometime tomorrow. They'll work out the payment arrangements for the fine. If you can pay it all at once, great. If not, they'll work out a payment plan for you. More importantly for you, though, is that they're going to give you the referral to the people that put on the driving class, and you're going to have a deadline of about 6 weeks to get the class completed. It's important that you contact them right away, get the class done. It's your responsibility to make sure the certificate of completion gets filed with my court by the deadline. But make 2 copies of it. Give one of them to your mom because of these 2 tickets. Covering you on her insurance is probably going to make the rates go up. They may give you a discount for having done the driving class, so she should send a copy of that certificate to your insurance agent to see if they'll give you a reduction. The other copy you need to hold on to, because if you keep getting tickets, you're going to end up in front of the Department of Motor Vehicles, and you're going to want a copy of showing that you've done that driving class to show them in case that there's an action against your driving privilege. So original for the court, copy for your insurance, and a copy for DMV just in case. Do you have any questions about that?
No, sir.
Okay, do either of you have any questions about the fines or anything else related to this charge?
No, sir.
No? Okay, then go ahead and leave the meeting. My clerks will probably get with you today, but maybe sometime tomorrow if they can't get to you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
You
Uh-huh,
too.
you too.
Ashley Bacon, if you go ahead and unmute your device now. All right, this matter is scheduled on a hearing on a motion to revoke a deferred judgment and sentence. Mr. Garland says that he wants to go ahead and give you one more extension, that you've completed the class, and you need to extend the fence and need more time to do that. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, how much time do you think you need?
2 weeks?
Oh, yeah. We're setting things out 30 days, so that won't be a
Okay.
problem. All right,
Okay.
so give me a second while I check. All right, today is the 4th. So we'll be setting it over to March 4th in the afternoon, okay?
Okay. Yep.
And my clerks will get in contact with you, send you a notice of the new court date and time, all right?
Okay. Yep.
All right, thank you. You can go ahead and leave the meeting.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Mr. Garland, did you see the proof of the completion of the class? Because I don't see it. One sec. There's a bunch of orange stickies. Okay, that's the one I was looking for. Okay. You should have used a different color, Mr. Garland. Here, I'm going to trade your orange sticky. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we don't have anybody else on Zoom? Okay. Give me just a second. You don't have your glasses. That says 3rd, it should be 4th.